Hi, my name is David Zetland, and we're going to talk about all-in auctions today. I'm going to do a demonstration. In fact, we're going to do a demonstration of all-in auctions. The all-in auction mechanism is a way of reallocating scarce water among the owners of water. So what that means is that we're moving water to the people who value the water most, while ensuring that the people who own the water, the right to water, are paid for their water rights. So this is going to be a fairly short and simple demonstration. What we're going to do is we're going to take we're going to use an example of an irrigation district, and we're going to have 4 farmers, and they all have pieces of land. Now this is a piece of land. It has 6 different plots that you can irrigate. The plot values are $1 if it's irrigated, $1, $6 if it's irrigated, 6, 6, and 1. Very important for this demonstration is that if there is water on this, it's worth $1 in terms of irrigation, and if there is not water, it's also worth $1, because the land always has some value. This land, however, is worth $6 if it's irrigated, and it's worth only $1 if it's not irrigated. So the key here is that we want to make sure that we put water on the land, on the plots where it's most valuable, and we're going to use the auction to do that. But if there is no water on the land, then this farm will produce $6 in value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute these land parcels, and these are obviously made up, but if we were doing this with real farmers, they would have their own land, they would understand the value of production, choosing their crop, and so on. But we're just doing this as a demonstration, so this is our little farm, and here are our farmers. So over here we have
Diana
and
Adam
and
Thomas
and
Irene.
Okay, and there is a plot of land for you. And everybody has different values on their plots of land. Oh, look what Adam has. Adam has different values on his plot of land. And the first thing we want to do is find out how much value these farmers, notice the dirt on their boots, these farmers would produce if they had abundant water, unlimited water. So how much value would your production be if you had water for every one of those plots?
If I had water for every plot, then I'd get 4 and 4, that's 8, plus a 6, it's 14, plus a couple of 2s, so that's 18.
18. And you?
21.
21. Okay, and Irena?
21 as well.
How much?
21.
21, okay. Tomas?
And 20.
20, okay. So we've got 42, 60, 80. So the total productive capacity of this land, if it had unlimited water, would be $80. We're using dollars, euros, rupees, it doesn't matter. So now we just know how much this land will be worth. The question is, what would happen if there's not enough water? So for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to say that there are only 8 units of water. Okay? And what that means is that every one of you has 2 of these little units of water. And take your 2 units of water, help me out here. You've got 2 units of water, and you can only irrigate 2 of the plots of land. So the question is, where do you put the water? And if you're a good farmer, you're going to put it on which plot?
Most profitable.
The most profitable, right? So now what we see with Diana is that she has got 2 units of water, 1 on each plot, and then no water on each of these plots. So she has a productive output of 6 plus 6 plus 1, because this is not irrigated, plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So her total productive output is 12 plus 4 more is $16 of output. And meanwhile, you have how much?
8 from irrigated and 4 from not irrigated.
So 12 and Thomas?
2 times 5.
Okay.
10 plus 4.
14 plus.
We have 11 irrigated and 4 not irrigated.
Okay, so that's 15. So we've got 16, 30, 42, 57. So that's $57 of productive output. And the principal reason that the production has fallen is because of a limited amount of water. So these farmers would clearly want more water. Now, the purpose of the all-in auction is to say, okay, look, you all have the rights to 2 units of water. Now we want to reallocate the water among you, for example, to see if somebody should be willing to pay more for water because their land is more productive, and then somebody will be paid for their water. So what we're going to try and do is increase this output, not from 57 to 80, because we don't have enough water, but anything above 57, so that there is more output from the farms. So in order to do that, we're going to have this auction. And how we do the auction, what we do is we take all of the water, and we put it in the middle, and it's all in. So we have 8 units of water, and what everybody here is going to do now is they're going to give me bids for the water. They're allowed to bid whatever they want for the water, and knowing that if they buy more than 2 units of water in the auction, they have to pay cash out of their pocket, because they have the property 2 units each. Everybody has 2 units of water. So why don't you guys put some bids together here. And the bidding is according to the value of the water to them. So if Adam has a property here and it's worth 1 unit when it's not irrigated and 4 when it's irrigated, then if he pays $4 for the water, he gets an additional $3 of value, but he pays $4, so he actually loses money. So he only wants to pay for water when it's going to create a profit for him. That's the same for everybody here. So they're going to just be generating bids based on the value of water to them, and then we'll find out who ends up with the water. So we have some bids here. I'm going to put Tomas's up here on the wall. This is how we sort the bids out. If we had a computer, it would be a lot faster than my fingers, but we're going to have to do this. Meanwhile, okay, got some 3s. These stick on the wall. And the bids are just dollar amounts, and they have a letter designating the farmer. Great. And what we have here are the bids. We have 8 units for sale, and we have many bids. How many bids do we have? We've got a lot. So there's more demand than supply. That's the only thing that we know now. There's something, not 24 units of demand. We can have 6, 10, 15. There's 18 units of demand for water, and we only have 8 units of water. So what we do is we say, we've got the highest bids to the lowest bids. You can come up a little closer and see them. Can you see them a little closer? So we have the highest bids and the lowest bids, and they're just ordered here. So I'm going to take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 bids. So I'm going to do a tie breaker, random. 1, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Goodbye. Okay. So one of Thomas's bids is out. So I've got 8 bids that are accepted because they're they're the highest 8 bids. Okay? And what this means is 2 things. One is that the first thing is that everybody gets an opportunity to bid more because maybe they're not happy. So Deanna, you've got 4 winning bids. And the price you're paying is the price that is the highest rejected bid. So that's this $3. So you've got 4 bids, you're paying $3 for each of them. Okay? And Tomas has got 2 bids, he's paying $3 for each of them. And Irina has got 2 bids, paying $3 for each of them. And Adam has 0 winning bids. Now, does anybody want to bid more? Or you can't remove a bid, by the way. I don't know if you bought too many. You can't move a bid, but you can add another bid. Does anybody want to bid again to get more units? You have 2 units each, right?
Against this price, right? So
Huh?
I want to have another.
Yeah, you want to have another because you can go from 1 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So bidding 4.
Is it a good deal?
Well, if you pay 4, then you are break even. But right now the price is 3. So you can bid more than 4.
4 max.
Okay, well write down a bid here. Help me out. Irina, do you want to do any other bidding? Or are you okay?
No.
You all right with 2?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. So this is a 4.
Yeah, I see.
So you're going to randomize again.
Yeah.
Let's randomly throw out this one here to make it quite easy. Okay, so now what we have, because otherwise we'll sit here all day, right? So what we have now are we've got 8 winning bids, but one of Deanna's bids got dropped out, and one of Thomas's bids came in. So now Deanna has 3 winning bids, Irina has 2 winning bids, and Thomas has 3 winning bids. Okay? So they're all paying a price of 3, and I'll do the accounting in a second over on the chalkboard. So right now, we're going to take these bids. Tomas, put your water down on your fields. Irena, you've got your fields there. And Diana, you've got yours. Now what we have is no water, no irrigation on this field because Adam is a seller of water. He's a net seller. Tomas is a net buyer. Diana's a net buyer. And Irena actually bought back the water she had. She had 2 units. She has 2 units again. But we'll show you on the accounting. So let's go over on the chalkboard here. So the price was $3 a unit, and we're doing the accounting. Adam didn't buy anything, so he has $0 out, but he took in $6 because he had 2 units of property. Everybody started with 2 units, so everybody's going to end up getting 6. And so he makes plus $6. Diana won 3, so she spends $9, and she is minus $3. Irena came in with, she bought 2 in the auction, so it's 6 out, 6 in, so she's at $0. And Tomas bought 3, so he's 9 out, 6 in, so he's minus $3. What this means is that Diana and Tomas are going to put money into the accounting. That money is actually going to go to Adam, who is a net seller of water. But in the end, the community, the cash flow in the community goes to 0. More importantly, how much production did we have? So you have unirrigated land. Production value is 6 because 1, 1, 1, right? How much production did you get?
21.
21. Irena?
15.
15. Tomas?
Oh, 15 plus 3 is 18.
15 plus 3 is 18. And the magic number is 27, 37, 42, 52, 60. So what happened is that the value of production went up in this community because the water was reallocated among the farmers, all of them making decisions that mattered for them. And Adam, for example, farming his water, selling his water and taking the cash, and 2 people buying some more water who wanted water, one person just staying with the water that they had before, but not necessarily knowing that you would have ended up with that water, right? So from a social perspective, we're producing more output, which is a good thing, and from a community perspective, we're reshuffling money in the community just to people who want the water more than people who have the water. And that is the summary of what we're doing here in the all-in auction.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to recap what happened on each of these farms. Diana had 6 plots. She irrigated 3 plots with her water that she won in the auction. Irrigated, they're worth 6, 6, and 6. These ones were not irrigated, and they're worth 1, 1, and 1. So she had $21 of total production after irrigating her plot, her farm. Adam, meanwhile, did not irrigate any of his plots, so he did not realize any of these values. He actually got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. $1 of output just from letting his farm take the water from the air. So he's done with that. Plus he got cash. Tomas has 3 irrigated plots. They're each worth $5 each. This one was not irrigated, so it's worth 1. And so he got $15 plus another 3, $18 of output from his 3 irrigated plots and the rest of his farm. Finally, Irena had 2 irrigated plots. She had 6 and $5 of output plus 1, 1, 1, and 1. So that's 11 plus 4 more is $15 of output from her 2 units of irrigation.